Hello, how are you? I am just writing a couple things down here so I don't forget. We do one more thing here before I get started with my live. Get some more people on really quickly. I just have to do one thing. I got an alert. And so before I get completely invested, I have to do one thing. Okay. Yeehaw. All right. So, I am going to be on for a little while. If you don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Rebecca Foster, and I'm a clairvoyant medium. I have not done a live on TikTok in a very long time because everything has been so hectic and crazy. And even right now, I contemplated going, pushing that button to live or not, because I am actually leaving this afternoon for Las Vegas. So if anybody is watching, is in the Las Vegas area, there is an incredible event going on at the MGM called the Para Unity event. Everyone from Travel Channel is going to be there. I will be there. I am actually going to be doing a live gallery it's totally free as well, but a live gallery at 3:15 Saturday. So if you're at the event at 3:15, come on in and join me. Come to my table, say hello. I'm right next to Ghost Hunters. So awesome. We'll get started. So again, if anybody, these little TikTok doodads that I do, they're very quick and they really don't show what I actually do. They're very quick blurbs to people who I'm stopped on and I'm supposed to give information to. So I'll go for a little while and get some readings in. We'll see what happens. Also, I did pick the 2 people for the free phone readings that I'm going to do anonymously. And as I was posting, like, hey, I picked the winners, here it hit me. Like, wait, I almost announced who the winners were. So if I followed you this morning, it's because you are a winner and you need to contact me so we can schedule your reading. Oh, well. Okay. All right. So yeah. So if I messaged you or anything, there goes the anonymity. All right. So let's see here. Keep looking down. My computer system, for some reason, took a poop today, so I'm on my phone. All right. So let's just take a peek. Thank you all for joining. I know it's around lunchtime for a lot of people, so I did this unannounced as well. Figure if you're around, absolutely wonderful. Join me. Okay, let's go through the messages really quickly. And we'll see what's going on. All right. Hi, Kara. How are you? Kara, I can tell you, as I was actually scrolling past you, I was stopped. It actually, they show you with your hands like this, and then you have a handful of money, and then all of a sudden you're looking and you're like, oh my gosh, and then it's gone. But what they're saying is this is something that you're going to want to hold on to, and do not be frivolous right now with your money, because there is something that you're going to want your money spent on in the future that is more important or more needed. And do not frivolously spend money right now. Do not even if you are kind and you give money to someone, you're not going to get it back. So if you lend money, expect it to be poofy gone. Super important for you right now. All right. I'm just going to scroll through. I'm seeing something for someone, but I'm not sure. Hi, Bree. How are you, darling? Are you going to be in Vegas? Okay. If not, I know it's close to you. Like a sandwich. Either way you flip it, the bread comes first. I don't get that. I don't get that. Yeah, either way you flip it, the break. I don't get the analogy. I'm sorry. My brain isn't functioning, I guess, on a thoughtful way. Like it's more on an spiritual thing. Magliza, I can see that. I saw you actually a couple of times, and I was just running past you in case I saw something. And so I can see that you are, and it's almost like you're not yet to the wall of decision. You have a candle in front of you. It's dark, and I can see just in front of where that candle provides the light in this pathway. It's dark behind, it's dark on either side. Beyond the candlelight, it's dark, but I can see the beginning of what appears to be a wall. So you aren't yet to a decision point, Megliza, but you are going to have to decide a right or a left turn, which is always representing when you get to this position. It tells me to tell the person that it is a choice that is life-changing either way. You can't screw it up, but it is life-changing, meaning it will either prolong or commence the directions you're supposed to go in. Regardless, you'll end up going, well, hopefully you'll eventually make the right decision as to move things along. But sometimes we make the same decision over and over out of fear or worry. And all I can tell you guys is that if God brings us to it, and if he presents us with an opportunity, a positive opportunity, we should probably take it, because it's him saying, I know you can do it. It's kind of like getting your kids a bike and they're terrified, and you're like, I know, if you just get on the bike, you'll figure it out. You'll get on the bike, you'll go, you'll run, you may fall, you might get hurt, but you're going to get this so quickly. And I am a horrible bike riding teacher, because I was like, get on the damn bike. I don't care if you fall. I'll push you. And then I'd let go, and then they'd fall. And we would just do it over and over again, because I wasn't doing it. So God is so much more patient than I am. But it's like that. So for you, Megliza, you're going to be making a choice, right or left. I always say go with what is exciting and what you are drawn or called to do. Even if you're slightly afraid of it, you know it's the right path. So yeah, that's really, 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 really okay. Bell 356. They're showing you actually attempting, well, you may not even be attempting this yet, but what your guides are showing is you attempting, I'm going to use that word, to break a habit. And it may be unbeknownst to you that you're doing this. So relationships, people, they will be entering or have just, because when I'm reading for people, I'm reading on this pig point up here. So it's either just before it or it's that pinpoint, unless I specify future. So what they're showing is that you are going to be running into people, meeting new people, discovering new relationships that are unlike the people you are normally attracted to or that you would normally hang out with. And this is their attempt to like, well, throw her this, see what she'll do with this. Is she going to be nice to this person? Is she going to put them away? Is she going to not talk to them? So it is an attempt to break your bad relationship habits. That also means that in the midst of this, it's usually uncomfortable. Someone from your past or someone that you are normally naturally attracted to that is not good in your life, be it a best friend or a relationship of some kind, that'll be the temptation that you need to ignore. Do not fall for it, okay? Do not fall for it. Temptation doesn't have to be completely sexual or deviant. Temptations can be just simple things like, don't eat the chocolate. I want the chocolate. Eat the chocolate. It's that kind of a thing. There's always these darker energies there that are attempting to stall our progress. So don't fall for anything that you know is bad for you, especially in relationships, because there's people coming into your life that are meant to help you progress in the right direction. We should always surround ourselves with those. And what you'll notice, you guys, is that when you are thinking, I wonder if I should do this, I wonder if I want to do this, you will find that if it's completely out of your normal idea of circles of things that people hang out with you, that those people, they'll they'll shun it, or they'll be like, hey, no, you're not doing this. That's stupid. Why would you do that? That's ludicrous. You can't do it. You're not smart enough, blah, blah, blah. And the list goes on and on and on. But all of a sudden you'll start to meet your current tribe. So what you vibrate out, you will attract in your tribe. Your vibration, your vibe describes your tribe. It's all about that. So you'll start to meet people who are also going in the same direction, or are above that and will be able to mentor or help you in that direction. So always accept that. Jared Edgerton. Okay, Jared. Hold on, let me write this down so I don't forget this question. Jared Edgerton. I keep seeing you. I guess the being that everybody watches this, I keep seeing you you're standing in one place, and you confidently look one direction, and then you bite your nails. Now, this is showing me a hesitance, I'm watching this little video play out so I know what I'm talking about. But it looks like, Jared, you may have past life things that are currently occurring in your life. And those feelings can come across like a memory, but you never actually lived it. So where could it be coming from, which could create anxieties or stressors? And what I'm talking about is you look like you would have had a lot. I'm looking at the time frame. I'm thinking this is like British Isles. So we're talking Scotland, Ireland, and we're talking primitive, probably 14th or 15th century. And you appear to be in the midst of, or just following through on, or following the trail of what appears to be a war or a battle of some kind, and cleaning up the mess, or attempting to clean up the mess, attempting to keep everyone happy. Like you're good with these guys over here and you're protecting them, but you're also good with these guys. So there's like this, you're unable to decide like whose side am I on? So there's a little bit of self-preservation happening here. And if that's going on in your life right now, it might trigger that previous existence, might trigger that, because when they show previous life residual existences to me in readings, it's because a person was going through something, attempting to achieve something, and they died. So one of these parties figured out that, hey, he's not fully with us. And okay, so that you weren't very old either. You're a young man. So in this lifetime, if you feel like you're caught in the middle, or you're a mediator of any kind, attempting to keep everybody happy and everybody's wonderful, you're going to be suffering probably some panic, some anxiety, a few palpitations. You're not going to be this time, but it's to let you know that eventually you're going to have to stand up for what's right and choose a side. You're going to have to. You're going to have to say, look, this is what's right. And you probably carry through a little bit of guilt this life as well for not fully protecting or standing up for the underdogs. And so in this life, you want to make sure you do that as well. And that includes yourself, as having compassion for yourself. Super important. So Alex Banks 30, what vaccine did I get? Well, let me go back to this. So when I first heard COVID come out, when I first heard of this, I heard from above, because I don't watch the news. I don't care for it. It's all propaganda and bullshit. So what I first heard was this disease, this illness, this is an attempt at a genocide, and it is to remove the elderly, the disabled, the mentally defunct, minorities, people who are stuck together in urban settings. It's basically a way to abolish and demolish people without having an actual concentration camp, which actually they do have in Australia right now, which is absolutely freaking terrifying, because the only thing that's protecting us from that is our Constitution. So I don't want to get to that. Answering Alex Banks' question. So the virus itself was meant to decrease the human population across the world. regardless of where it started or who started it, because I don't want to go into that either, it is absolutely an attempt to remove people from the world. So then they bring a vaccine in, which they also own because they have to have some form of a control over it to be able to stop it if they want to. But the vaccine has problems that are also going to kill people. So I'm hearing all of this. I'm hearing all of these things about it. I've put it out there as much as I can. I've written it to people just so I have, proof of and dated information. And I kept saying, I'm not getting this vaccine. I'm absolutely not getting it because I've already had COVID. I already have the antibodies. I had the test, so I don't need the vaccine. But I wanted proof for myself as to what this is going to do to a body that has had COVID. And I had a bad case of it. I mean, I have that long haulers thing where things still smell and taste really badly. It's over a year. So I would not get both shots. I heard those are detrimental. It probably would have killed me, absolutely. But I got the Johnson & Johnson, and I am covered in tattoos. I have like 42 tattoos. I am not needle shy, but they gave me the shot, and I sat there by myself, and I almost passed out. And I was like, I do not pass out for needles or shots. I have a flu vaccine every year. I'm fully vaccinated from everything. So boom, I waited probably 15, 20 minutes to get up, and I was thinking, oh my God, I'm about to die. I get up, I leave. I'm instantly ill. I am instantly sick. And 4 days later, I was in the hospital, and I was fully dehydrated, and my blood sugar was uncontrollable to the point where I thought I was dying. My whole family thought I was dying. And so I am not for the vaccine at all. I am thankful that it is most likely out of my system at this point. I have very high levels of antibodies. I would not suggest to anybody who has major illnesses. I can tell you this though. It's a double-edged sword because I know so many people who have pre-existing health conditions and are maybe circulatory or health problems that it's killing. If you have any kind of weight issue, if you couple that with a autoimmune or another health issue, it might very well just kill you. The moment they put you on a ventilator, you could probably say goodbye to family. And that's not to scare people. It's just that this is what I've heard. And it's a double-edged sword. You have to just be vigilant and take care of yourself and be healthy. And don't lick a freaking Walmart cart. Bam. That's one way. Take your vitamins, take your D3, drink your water, drink a lot of water. If you have COVID, just drink a lot of water. It will dehydrate you. So I got the Johnson & Johnson. I do not suggest it to anyone. That is between you, your doctor, and God. Okay. But I heard a lot of bad stuff about it, and it's pretty much, I know 2 people who got it, and their cancer came back. Whew. Okay, let's get back to the readings, shall we? All right. Oh, Bree, you've got to work. 1 hour. 1 hour, girl. 1 hour. All right. I'm sorry, these comments move so quickly. Yes, GFC Peggy Mac, Arizona. I do. I pick people by random. I just pick people randomly. But I can tell you that, excuse me, you have a little boy around you. What the hell is in my water? Okay. You have a little boy around you, and this is like an energy, a human energy. Looks like it might be either somebody that you know or is attached to something within your home. And I would say that you would probably see him out of the corner of your eye. Your animals might not like him. And I would think you would see him on the stairs quite often. Possibly even wake up in the middle of the night when he is most active and wants to play. Okie dokie dokie. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Mimi MC777. It has been a crazy year. And it's crazy that it's almost over, right? Boom, boom. Can't even believe that. So Mimi, I can tell you that what your guides are saying is the ending of the chapter. The ending of the year is a lot of times the ending of a chapter for many of us. And so you have, it looks as if there is a loss of a close family or immediate family member that has happened within the last few months that almost, and okay, so it would be the changing of hats almost, or as if you are now no longer described this way, but now you have to switch it to something else to describe it another way. And for instance, you're somebody's caregiver and you're no longer doing that. So there's a loss of some kind of your identification and trying to figure out who and what do I do now? Like, where do I go now? What do I do now? Who am I? And that can feel just, it can feel crazy and it can make us feel completely lost. And what I suggest in watching you is you're moving kind of down a mountainside, meaning you've climbed up on a singular journey, you've met the precipice, and now you're sliding down. And being that the end of the year is coming, if I were you and I got this reading, I would not adult. I would just take the next couple of weeks and not adult. And that includes doing nothing and doing more of nothing on the couch and eating what I want and playing games. I mean, seriously, there is a time when we have to just stop and enjoy our lives and not worry about tomorrow and focus on the family and Uno and what is for dinner. And so it really comes down to right now, stop focusing on external things, bring it all in, which you just made me think of something that I probably should talk about real fast. So thank you for that, Mimi MC777. As I was just downloading something to give you. For everybody watching, one of the coolest things is that I can give you to visualize is this. Picture a paper plate in front of you or get a paper plate and start with a pencil and really light strokes, create a pie of what it looks like. What are your responsibilities? You've got family, you've got work, financial obligations, whatever you have going on, put it on your plate. Now put on there, what are your talents? What do you love to do? If you like to paint, do you love worshiping God? Do you like to go to church? Are you a person who has yoga room in your basement and you go down there and light candles and worship there? Where is your place of comfort? Do you make it to that place of comfort? Write those things down and try to fit them in somewhere on your plate. And that means that you're going to have to remove other things. Other parts are going to have to become smaller. Now, figure out, and you may want to do this just on a piece of paper first. Write everything down. What your obligations are, what you love to do. Next, what you want to do. Do you want to go to school? Do you want a relationship? Do you want a new job? Do you want to start at the gym? What do you want to do? Put those down on a piece of paper. Now, who in your life is toxic? What in your life is toxic? How often do you have to deal with this person? Are you married to this person? Is it a parent, a sibling, a cousin, employer? Who is toxic? What is toxic in your life? Write it down. Now, where do the toxic portions fit in? Is this toxic? Maybe get a crayon and figure, okay, this is this, and start coloring in where the toxic portion is. Is it in the family? It's hard. Is it work? Start figuring out where is it where you live maybe? Is it your community that's toxic? Is it Facebook? Is it TikTok? Now go through and figure out what the hell do I want to remove off of this plate, because some of this is going to choke me. Some I'm going to have to hold my nose to swallow. Okay? Figure out what you want that plate to look like and start erasing things. Start removing things that no longer look pretty on that plate, that are mixing over or combining. Some people are like, don't combine this. This doesn't mix. It is a major tool to show you and what's going on in your life without thinking about it, because I am one of those people that if I'm thinking too much about something, I'll lose my mind and then I won't sleep at night. But if I write it down and make a list of it and I can visualize it and see it, it becomes so much clearer. Because sometimes that's what you have to do is get it out of your head. Who do you want to get rid of? We can make a lot of things happen in this life in a positive way. All right. Just something that I think everybody should do. Pass that on because just pass it on because this isn't going to stick. This will be gone as soon as we're done. So Best Mama 101. Hold on, let me just do something real quick, Best Mama. Okay, so when I put you down on your beach, the beach is where my guides talk to me. When I put you down on your beach, you are in this beautiful gown and you're barefoot. So nothing is holding you back right now from making any decisions or choices that you want, and nobody is telling you how to go about those decisions. So it's all on you, good or bad. The results are all on you. You are in this white gown, which means high spiritual input right now. Make sure that you are trusting what's going on. Also, not to lose this. When I put him next to you, he is standing to your left, facing your beach. And the fact that you're in this white gown on the beach means that somebody, maybe him, is lowering your vibration. You are lowering who you are to be with him. And you are coming down from a higher level of thinking and feeling and vibration to be with him. Why? Why? You're not here to fix anybody. You are not here to repair someone. That's his job. You are not here to do that. Even Jesus knew when to take a nap. Heck, he was in a storm in a boat and was like, I'm going to sleep. Bye. And he went to bed and everybody's like, oh my God, we're going to die. And he's like, people, real freaking relax. You need to know that you are not here to fix everyone and heal everyone. And maybe this is your point where you're going, I'm done. I cannot help you. I'm not here to hold you up. Because you're looking at the water, at new opportunities in hopes and prayer that something good is coming over the horizon. He's standing right next to you and you're not looking at him, but he's looking at your beach, which kind of worries me about the whole thing. Also, the white gown, trust your gut. Your guides are around you trying to get you to listen. 444. Just pay attention to that because that means if you start seeing those fours, if you have been seeing them, it's telling you, girl, you need to trust your gut. You need to listen to what your guides are doing when they're using your stomach as a punching bag. Don't question it. Don't question it. You'll be sorry if you do, and you're going to hate yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for all of y'all when you're questioning things like that. If you take a step forward and you're like, ooh, God, and you're like ready to puke, or your stomach starts to hurt, or you've got wobblies in your belly, that means back up. Step back. Okay, whew. Glad I got out of that. Now, which way do I go? If you're stepping into something that feels bad, if you sign up for something, you begin something and it doesn't feel good, step back. It means that's the wrong way. If you keep going forward, that's on you. So just deal with it properly. Mama. From one mama to another. Whew, okay. See me at the Opera House. You saw me at the Opera House. Okay, Bob Ironenziegel. I saw you at the Opera House. Okay, awesome. Yay. Awesome. All right, let's keep looking. Georgia girl. Let's see what we got going on for you. Georgia girl. There's a female that's coming through that's holding what looks like a dough, like a stolen, like a cake. So it's braided, it's round, and it looks almost yellow or lemony, like it looks like it would have a sugar frosting drizzled on it, and it smells fresh and delicious. Dig in. I'm hearing dig in. So she's got elderly hands. So this is like a grandmother figure, and she's coming through and she's holding this braided cake that goes around and around. I'm assuming this is for Christmas. It also is it's seasoned differently. Like I can also taste rosemary. And I'm hearing something about it's a first Christmas for something. It's a first Christmas that she wants me to acknowledge for you too. Where did you go? I don't even remember who this was for. Georgia girl, that was it. Georgia girl. I had to go back in my head. So yeah, a grandmother coming through was talking about a first Christmas, carrying a braided cake, telling you to dig in. Very awesome. Okay. Oh boy. That's awesome. I love that when people come through. Princess JD45. Princess JD45. Let's see here. What they're telling me is, when I'm doing this so fast, I pick people up by the back of the shirt and then I drop you onto your beach so that I can get more of a full reading. And when I do that for you, you immediately magnetize to work. And I put you first in a work room on an earthly level, but they switch you to the rainforest, which is a portion of the beach up on the dunes, way, way up high. Excuse me. And when I put you there, you're like, oh gosh, all of this. And you look overwhelmed. It looks just, again, overwhelming, not something you really want to focus on. The important message here is that you may find yourself already in a situation where work is just work. Like you just go to work and you just get a paycheck. And so many people feel that way. But for you, what they're showing is purpose is being involved or introduced to you. Your calling, your purpose, things that you should be doing are being introduced to you. And you're like, I don't even want to deal with this. So you need to make sure that you are doing what you want to do, that you are doing what you're good at, that you're doing what you feel called to do. And a lot of times that involves walking away from something else, that it involves walking away from what you really, really want. I'm sorry, walking away from this is a lot of money, but I really want to do this. I make a lot of money being a lawyer, but I just want to play a guitar on a corner. That's the conundrum. That's the problem. How do you have it both ways? Sometimes you don't. I, for one, many of you already know this. In October, I quit teaching at 3 universities. My 3 universities, I was teaching at 1, 2, and 3. I had a great paycheck. I had a lot of paycheck coming in. It was the reason I got my doctorate in the first place, was because I wanted to be able to teach at the university level and be able to work in the medical field. But what I'm doing right now, this is what was calling me for the last 35 years. No matter what I've done, I always have this, regardless. So I completely threw all of that to the wind in October. And now I'm focused 100% on this. And see, that's why I'm here doing this, because I can't. You just have to go where you're called. It's super important for you. All right. What time is it? I'm going to do a couple more and then I have to go because I have to do my nails before I leave. And that's going to take forever. Okay. Best mama. Bam. God bless you. And just know that when you're feeling something, when your instincts are there bothering you, you're usually correct. And if you have to question someone or question the situation even further, do that. And then you'll get a reaction. You become a really good reader of behavior. I could be a profiler for the FBI. Absolutely. But they probably wouldn't hire me. Okay. So trusting that, paying attention to it, and listening to your gut instincts, super, super important. Georgia girl, you're a baker? You're a baker. Oh my gosh. So maybe you're supposed to make this beautiful braided lemony looking frosting cake and take it in, but with someone else's recipe. There you go. That's awesome. Okay. Family Jewels 223. So Family Jewels 223, the one thing that I'm picking up for you is that you're going to have to rise to being the bigger person in a situation. It looks like, especially around the holidays, because they're the hardest, we're kind of forced into the realization that we're either talking to or not talking to a family member or someone close to us. And what they're saying is there is a situation where you are going to have to be the bigger person, and you are going to have to, I don't want to say correct it, because you can't correct someone else's behavior, but you can be higher. And you will always want to be higher, because then you raise people to you. You never want to go down to this level, because you're miserable and they're just like, whoop, I don't have to change, so I'm good. And that's bad. But you are going to somehow have to stand up and be the bigger person here to make, I don't want to say things better for everyone else, but it's almost like your reaction has the largest impact. So you're going to have to be the one that either says, I'm sorry, or let's just make this work, or keep your mouth closed and just be happy, that kind of a thing. Like not you do that, but you saying to someone else, like, you need to keep your mouth closed and just be happy, and bam, it's the holidays. It's a few hours. So you're going to be rising. Yes. Oh your daughter, Georgia, just passed. It will be your first Christmas. I'm so sorry. So I wonder if that grandmother figure is with her, expressing that I did not see your daughter come through, so I'm wondering if she's more around you right now, because once they check into heaven, they can go anywhere. And especially around the holidays, they will hang out with family. So watch for those distinct orbs in pictures, because there's dust. If you go in the dark in a dusty area and turn the flash on and take a picture, you're going to get orbs, okay? Dusty ones. But if you are standing in a room and you take a picture and there's an orb here and it's different, it'll look like you can see the swirls and everything in it. And then you take a second picture and there's one here and it stays. That is not dust. It's not dust. It's pretty cool. So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss, because I would be an absolute wreck. But I promise you that she's around you. And apparently your nails look nice too. Your nails look nice. And I think that's coming from your daughter, that your nails look nice too. Okay, you guys, I have to go too. Lisa Charles 256, I have to go too. So Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to my Christian friends. Happy Hanukkah to my Jewish friends. Happy holidays to everyone. Be safe. Have a safe and happy New Year. For the 2 people that I messaged and followed this morning, please contact me so that we can schedule your reading. And then sometime between now and then, I will do the live readings of those here on TikTok. All right. Thanks so much for joining me, you guys. God bless. Take care. Be safe. Bye.